Stretching roughly 320 kilometers, the Tōkaidō Road was the arterial lifeline connecting the political heart of Edo, what we know today as Tokyo, with the imperial seat in Kyoto during Japan's Edo period. More than just a mere highway, this path stitched together the cultural, political, and economic fabric of early modern Japan, serving as the principal route for travelers of all stripes. Officially established in the early 17th century under the Tokugawa shogunate, the Tōkaidō emerged as one of the 5 main routes in the shogunate's network. It quickly became the busiest and most significant, bustling with a steady stream of samurai, merchants, pilgrims, and common folk who depended on it for both business and pilgrimage. Physically, the Tōkaidō traced a scenic coastal corridor along the eastern shore of Honshu, Japan's largest island. It was a route both practical and picturesque, winding through a variety of landscapes, from the rugged slopes of mountains to tranquil stretches along rivers and ocean bays. This geographical positioning made the journey around the inland sea not only efficient, but also steeped in natural beauty. Travelers would navigate a succession of 53 official post stations, or shakuba, spaced at intervals designed to match a full day's travel on foot or horseback. These stations provided essential services: inns for lodging, stables for horses, tea houses for rest, and checkpoints where official travel permits were inspected. They functioned not only as logistical hubs, but also as lively centers of commerce and social interaction, embodying the rhythm of life along the road. For samurai, the route was a vital artery of governance and control. Under the Tokugawa regime's strict policy of sankinkotai, many daimyo, feudal lords, were required to travel between their domains and Edo regularly, often accompanied by large retinues to demonstrate loyalty and maintain order. This system helped the shogunate keep the powerful regional clans in check by obliging their constant presence in the capital every other year, and the Tōkaidō was the main stage for this annual ritual. The road was thus dotted with samurai processions, complete with banners, armor, and attendants, underscoring the shogunate's authority and the samurai class's privileged status. Merchants and artisans also relied heavily on the route, bringing local products to distant markets and enabling the exchange of goods across regions. From silks and ceramics to foodstuffs and crafts, a rich economic exchange thrived along the Tōkaidō. Unlike samurai, who traveled under strict regulations, merchants were active agents of Japan's economy, gradually contributing to the rise of vibrant castle towns and the expansion of urban culture. Common travelers, pilgrims visiting revered shrines, villagers seeking new opportunities, or wandering entertainers, also traversed the road, each adding layers to the social tapestry. The stations themselves became melting pots where tales, news, and culture circulated freely, helping to spread not only goods but ideas and customs as well. In all, the Tōkaidō was far more than a stretch of road. It was a lifeline pulsating with the movement of people, goods, and power. The 53 stations that punctuated the Tōkaidō Road were much more than simple stopping points. Established as official post towns, or shakuba, by the Tokugawa shogunate, their development was a carefully orchestrated system designed to facilitate and regulate travel and communication across this vital corridor. Each station was strategically spaced to accommodate a day's travel on foot or horseback, typically between 8 to 12 kilometers apart. These stations provided travelers with critical services: lodging at inns, fresh horses at stables, meals from tea houses, and essential security through checkpoints staffed by officials. Beyond convenience, these stations acted as controlled gateways where the movement of people and goods could be monitored, taxed, and managed in strict accordance with government policies. The structure of these post towns reflected their dual purpose as both service hubs and instruments of centralized control. Accommodations were often tiered. Hanjin served as the most prestigious inns reserved for daimyo and high-ranking officials, while Hatago catered to ordinary travelers and merchants. Horses and porters were available to expedite journeys, enabling samurai processions or official messengers to maintain tight schedules. The presence of checkpoints enforced regulations, including the inspection of travel permits and restrictions on weapons, which underscored the shogunate's priority of maintaining order and preventing rebellion. Control over the Tōkaidō wasn't merely about smooth travel. It was a deliberate extension of political power. The Tokugawa regime recognized that by governing this main artery, it could exercise influence over not only the feudal lords required to move regularly to Edo under Sankenkotai, but also over the widespread flow of commerce and information that fueled the economy and societal cohesion. Economic activity along the Tōkaidō flourished within this framework of regulation. Merchants transported silk, ceramics, rice, and other regional specialties between domains and cities, supporting the growth of castle towns and urban centers. The shakuba towns themselves became vibrant marketplaces where local producers and traveling vendors mingled. The government's policies allowed for the collection of tolls and taxes on goods passing through, contributing to the shogunate's revenue. Furthermore, these post towns provided vital infrastructure for the courier system, ensuring that official messages, orders, and news could travel swiftly along the route, sustaining governance and commerce alike. Historical evidence of the Tōkaidō stations and their importance survives today in rich detail. Edo period maps meticulously chart the route and its post towns, showing their precise locations and relative distances. Travel diaries from the period, written by pilgrims, merchants, and samurai, offer first-hand accounts of the journey, capturing everyday experiences within the shakuba, from the bustling inns to the interactions with local townspeople. Perhaps most famously, the ukiyo-e woodblock prints by artists like Utagawa Hiroshige immortalized scenes along the Tōkaidō stations, imbuing them with cultural significance and visual documentation. These prints reveal the unique character of individual stations and the surrounding landscapes, preserving a vivid window into Edo Japan's travel culture. In sum, the 53 post stations of the Tōkaidō were carefully engineered components of an efficient travel infrastructure fused with the political and economic objectives of the Tokugawa shogunate. The Tōkaidō's influence extended far beyond simple travel logistics. It fundamentally shaped Japan's social and economic structures during the Edo period. By connecting distant regions, the road facilitated regional development, allowing local products to reach broader markets and encouraging specialization in craftsmanship and agriculture. Towns along the route flourished as centers not only of commerce, but also of cultural exchange. The constant flow of diverse travelers, samurai, merchants, pilgrims, and entertainers created a dynamic environment where ideas, customs, and fashions intermingled. This exchange helped to break down regional isolation and foster a more interconnected sense of Japanese identity. Economically, the Tōkaidō contributed significantly to the rise of merchant classes and urban centers. While the samurai class maintained political dominance, merchants along the route accumulated wealth and gradually influenced emerging urban cultures. Castle towns and post stations developed marketplaces that grew increasingly sophisticated, with shops, inns, and entertainment venues catering to a wide array of visitors. The influx of goods from various provinces enriched local economies and diversified available products, from textiles to foodstuffs. This commerce, while regulated under shogunate oversight, nonetheless encouraged entrepreneurial activity and the gradual commercialization of the Japanese economy. Culturally, the Tōkaidō also left a lasting imprint. The post towns became hubs of artistic production and popular culture. Printmakers, poets, and performers drew inspiration from the scenes and stories encountered along the road. The famous ukiyo-e prints depicting the 53 stations immortalized not only the landscapes, but also the rhythms and moods of travel. These works played a role in popularizing the route, creating a shared visual culture that extended far beyond those who physically traveled it. Festivals and religious observances at shrines along the path also thrived, reinforcing the spiritual and communal significance of the road. Today, the legacy of the Tōkaidō persists in many forms. Numerous post stations still preserve remnants of the Edo period, with historical buildings, museums, and markers that invite modern visitors to trace the old route. Cities like Kanagawa, Hakone, and Okazaki maintain connections to their past roles as bustling Shakuba towns. Modern infrastructure like rail lines and highways often follow paths parallel to or directly over the ancient route, underscoring its continuing geographic importance. Cultural festivals and reenactments celebrate the history of Tōkaidō travel, keeping its memory alive in popular imagination. Yet, despite this preservation, many uncertainties remain about the daily realities of travel along the Tōkaidō. While official records, artwork, and diaries provide valuable insights, they often represent idealized or exceptional perspectives. The experiences of ordinary travelers, especially peasants or itinerant workers, are less documented, leaving gaps in our understanding of the social complexities and hardships faced on the road. Weather, illness, conflicts, and the unpredictable nature of travel added layers of difficulty that official accounts rarely fully capture. Nonetheless, the Tōkaidō Road serves as a significant lens through which to view Edo period Japan. It reveals the interplay of political control, economic activity, social hierarchy, and cultural expression all converging along a single historic path.